I had just left the precincts, and I was just rolling around monitoring calls. And I noticed that Officer Kim Adams was on a call on I-5 North at the Interstate Bridge, and she had been there for probably about 10 minutes looking at the call on the computer. And I was thinking about that spot, and I was like, if she's actually on the bridge on I-5 North, that's a bad spot because there's no shoulder for a vehicle to park, so you would have to be on the freeway itself. So I came up, I parked a ways back because we were actually in the right lane of I-5. Right. So I turned the wheel all the way to the left so that if my car was to get hit, it would hopefully not go straight into us where her car was, Officer Adams' car, and then the car that was stalled in the freeway. And we were standing between, we were like kind of right on the fog line between her car and my car when I just heard a huge loud crash out of nowhere. And it's funny because they tell you, like, when you're in a traumatic experience, you remember everything. I heard the loud crash, and I look over and I see the patrol car, my patrol car, flying towards us, and it kind of turned at an angle because the wheels were turned. So the patrol car swung in front of me within maybe 6 inches. I remember the back end just swinging right in front of me, hit Kim. I just remember her flying. It picked her up like she was a paperweight. And she flew, she was about probably 5 feet in the air. And she flew from the fog line all the way into the center lane of I-5 and flew out probably about 25 to 30 feet. I clearly remember the front end of this white truck that's all mangled, and it's headed right at me. So I'm trying to get to the Jersey barrier when I just feel the truck come and hit me and kind of pull me under it, and then it pushes me against that Jersey barrier. The way that truck landed, it was at a slight angle, so I was able to pull myself out from underneath and climb out between the truck and the Jersey barrier, and then run over to check on Kim. Luckily, I looked over her, and I put some weight on her. I can't remember if I put weight on her leg or her shoulder, and she just yelled out that hurt. Luckily, it was a little relieving to me knowing that she actually was alive, because I thought her face was covered in blood. When she landed on her head, and it pulled her scalp back. But at some point in time, I don't really remember. I called for medical and asked for the freeway to get shut down. I've heard the recordings after that, of getting on the radio, and I don't really remember that piece. But in the end, we were super lucky. Kim's alive. She's doing, relatively good for what she experienced. And so you think about somebody who was drunk and they're driving and they end up getting into a crash, especially one where they drove right into the back of a police car with its lights on with flares behind it. You think that they would probably have a much higher blood alcohol level, but he didn't. He was just barely over the legal limit. So it makes you realize that drunk driving, when they say drunk driving is also buzz driving, that means something because it could take somebody's life. Being on the backside, this is something I'll always remember. That's the closest brush with death that I think I've had. There's just no excuse. Don't drink and drive. It's that simple. If you've been drinking, find another option because they're out there. There's plenty.